Hi guys, it's reaction time. We've got the End Machine and Silent Winter. I'm not feeling too good at the moment, so usually I would be a bit more animated than I have been doing these reactions this morning. Got a bit of man flu, so the head won't be going as much as usual because it feels like it's rattling now without even moving. So you might not see the head going, so I apologise for that. So the End Machine, there's been some changes in this band. George Lynch, this is basically George Lynch and Jeff Pilson are founders of this band. They're still in it, obviously ex-Dokken. You got Steve Brown on the drums. He was on the last album, also now the drummer of Tesla. So since the last End Machine album, he became the drummer of Tesla. Congratulations, Steve Brown. What a great drummer he is, and a great guy as well, if you're watching Steve. And vocalist, new vocalist, Girish Pradhan. So one of the best vocalists out there. I always mention his name when it comes to the new generation, if you like, along with Dino Chalusic and people like that, bringing us the metal back. We didn't, you know, we lost certain elements of it, didn't we? Especially like, you know, with Ronnie Dio passing, you know, and David Coverdale not here anymore, you know, like, you know, singing anymore, retired. And, you know, the Mount Rushmore of vocalists that people name. You know, you got a good generation of vocalists you could call the Mount Rushmore of vocalists now, and I suppose Girish is in that as well. So a great new addition to the band with Girish. He always interests me when he's singing. So I'm a very honest reviewer. George Lynch, in my opinion, I love his guitar, I love his Dokken stuff, I love his early Lynch Mob stuff, but I haven't been blown away by some of his, his songwriting and the guitar playing lately. It's very, for me, he's been a bit lazy with both of those aspects. I feel like it's almost like, especially on the Sweet and Lynch last album, it felt like Michael Sweet was the only one who really, you know, put any effort into that album, in my opinion. George definitely didn't. It was one there, it sounded like he fell asleep on the beginning of one of them singles. Honestly, I don't know if he did or not. But, you know, he's going to go in a lot of years now, but working prolifically as well, perhaps that's a problem. Sometimes when, you know, these musicians are constantly working, sometimes, you know, the songwriting suffers. It's simple as that. I'm hoping for good things for this track because the musicians involved are just amazing, you know. But it's just, for me, it's all about songwriting. It doesn't matter what a great guitarist you are, what a good singer, drummer or bassist. You know, the best musicians in a band, the songwriting's got to hit hard. It's got to be good. It's got to be hooky. It's got to get your attention. And like I said, I've been a bit disappointed lately with George's stuff across all his projects, really. So with that being said, this could be a really good track. My fingers are crossed because of all the great people and musicians involved in this project. The End Machine, Silent Winter. It's come off the album The Quantum Phase. Here we go.
Black, smoke in the air, imminent threat, disillusioned.
Probably going to hit a solo now, so it'd be good to stop it here, but I really like it, man. I mean, for a start, with George Lynch, I said about his guitar playing feels a bit too loose for me sometimes, a bit not tight enough. It doesn't sound refined. It sounds, lately, by the way, you know, in the 80s, he was one of my favourite guitarists ever, and he still is. I listen to that stuff there, I'm blown away. But he sounds a bit tighter in this. So, man, yeah, you know, he sounds great on this, so really tight, which I want to hear from George. He can be such an inventive guitarist as well. Obviously, we're going to hear the solo, which is cool. We'll see how he gets on that. Obviously, everyone in the band. Steve Brown sounds great. His drums are just thunderous, aren't they? You can see why Tesla got him, because he just hits. He sounds like he hits the drums. You know, obviously he's the brother of Mick Brown. So I mean, man, calm down a bit, Steve. We don't want you to wear yourself out. Do you know what I mean? Because Mick basically hit the drum so hard he wore himself out as you got older. We don't want that same happening to Steve, do we? So he sounds amazing. He hones right in, obviously, with Jeff Pilson's bass. Jeff Pilson's one of the best bassists ever, isn't he? So that goes without saying. His bass is just rumbling along nicely in the mix there. A lot of groove in the verses as well. It's quite straightforward. So, you know, I don't know if it's wowing me yet. I like it, but it probably takes a few more listens. But man, it's good. It's good for a first track. It's quite heavy. I remember the first track of the Last Machine album being really good. You know, there was a massive solo as well, I think I remember hearing, but it's about 2.5 minutes long or something. We're going to see how we get along with this one. Here we go for the rest. So a few comments about the solo. It was a good solo. There's no doubt in the technical ability of George Lynch. That goes without saying. I think it's a lot of it, you know, is the tone of his guitar. He had one of the most recognisable and brilliant tones on his guitar you'd ever heard way back, you know, on those Dokken albums. Especially, you know, my favourite was Under Lock and Key. The tone on the guitar was just, it's just unmistakable George Lynch. I think he's lost a bit of that, the tone of the guitar. And again, as far as memorable stuff during a solo, it's always been a little bit jammy, you know, as far as, you know, like, you know, jamming it out and almost, but it's almost now he's like, I don't know, I think he needs to bring some of the melody back in the solo in. He's still a great guitarist though. It's not, I'm not having a total dig. It was a great song. I liked it a lot. I'm looking forward to hearing what's more going to come on it. I don't know what The Desert's all about. A song called Silent Winter. Is that why? Because it's silent, so it's not really winter, but it's like boiling hot. I don't know. I haven't... I don't know why I'm trying to work that out, but they do a lot of videos in the desert, the End Machine. I've noticed this. But, man, it was a pretty cool opener. Rocking. Girish was on fire, but he always is. Everyone in the band was. I don't know. I want to... With George Lynch, I don't know. Perhaps he should veer away a little bit from certain stuff and just concentrate and do something really tight and getting back to the way what we love about him. But it was a pretty good song. Let me know, guys, what you think of it in the comments below, though, and I'll see you soon.